the youth are not allowed to participate effectively in the culture or tradition of a place.
Welcome to Noble TV Live with Lily Kevin. And today we're going to be looking at what are the chances of Nigerian youth in our democratic system. What exactly are the chances? Do our youth have the chance in our democratic system? Can they be allowed to participate in our democratic system? Despite the not too young to run NTYTR law of 2018, Nigeria's political space is still overtly dominated by the old generation and godfathers who determine who gets what and favor their cronies to the detriment of many young Nigerians that are willing to participate in politics. Treating this topic with me today is Dr. Chidi Peters. Good to have you.
Thank you very much, my dear.
Now, we see that the Nigerian youth are itching to participate in our democratic system, but they are not given the opportunity. What's your take on that?
Well, Nigeria inherited a system where cultural background also have effects on. Sometimes in our cultures of various clients, the youth are not allowed to participate effectively in the culture or tradition of a place. Just like you come in a family meeting of some clans, you find the youth not actively participating, or you find the youth forming their own cartel. Even in traditional council, you find elders being members of traditional council, decision makers. So sequel to that is also how metamorphosed into our political lives in Nigeria, where the youth are not also given that enabling environment to participate effectively in politics.
Okay.
I remember before 2019, there was a law promulgated and assented to by Mr. President, which is not too young to run in Nigeria. Of course, that also threw up a lot of youngsters into politics, but they couldn't do more because of paucity of funds, because they don't have access to money. That's why they couldn't do more. A lot of them, Robinson Abu, I think, contested for presidency. I think he's under 40, and even this time around, after this election, the guy of AA, I think, is under 42, doing wonderfully well. Then in some states, a lot of governors have incorporated the young ones into their folk, appointed as commissioners. Like in Anambra State, Professor Charles Oludo, we have almost 90% of his commissioners are all youths. And of course, we almost have 100% of those who are in council as association chairmen are also young youths. And of course, in Enugu State, we have a lot of them now in the House of Assembly. Back in Delta State again, we have a lot of youth also involved actively in the administration of Okowa. Of course, a lot of them are local government chairmen. So you can see that there's a transition going on. But at the federal level, is also what I find very difficult to be appointed into ministerial portfolio. Though we have the Husseini Ahmed, who was the NPA, the Nigerian Port Authority chairman, before she was unceremoniously removed by Amechi, to be precise. And of course, we have the man of EFCC under 42 doing excellently well. But in the ministerial position, we've not had the youth occupying that portfolio very well. And of course, women are not also there very much, so it's a problem. So the government this time around have to look at giving an even playground for the youth to participate effectively in politics, not only in Nigeria, in African continent.
All right. So having said all this now, what do you think are the chances of the youth in our democratic system? Do they really have the chance? Even if they prove themselves worthy, do they stand any chance to be in Coke?
Yes. We just saw it in the immediate last election, that is on the presidential election, even this particular election, that threw up a lot of youth unexpectedly into occupying several positions in National Assembly. In the House of Reps, we have people, in the states, we also have people that the process threw up. You can see that this last administration was mainly driven by Nigerian youth. That shows that they are now politically aware and their political consciousness have been awoken. So if we go the same round again in the next 4 years, next 8 years, next 12 years, next 16 years, I believe Nigerian youth are going to have a very solid place in Nigerian politics.
Now, the youth are screaming that they want to be involved in the political race. Do you think they are ready, willing to carry that mandate? And if being looked up to them, they will actually do well?
Well, without being biased, let's look at what happened to Mr. Peter Obi. Mr. Peter Obi's, at once he electrified the youth, and of course you can see how Nigerian youth are diehard supporters.
Yeah.
So that shows you that they are ready, they are prepared. They are ready, they are very, very much prepared, because a lot of them, through their personal resources, manpower, and everything, to also assist him to get them there. And then people have been doing that also, like I told you earlier, also have a lot of people who are under 40 occupying very lofty position in National Assembly and a lot of states like Enugu. I don't think anybody has more than 40 years. They are there in Anambra, they are there everywhere, as far as South is concerned, the part of South, about the entire Nigeria. They throw up a lot of youth who want to go there and make a difference. So it's an opportunity for them to prove to the elders that they are ready to take this country. They are ready to do that which they have failed to do for themselves. And like I told you, youth are now more aggressive, quote and unquote, to ensure implementation of any budget or project in the constituency. And of course, any failure by whether the old ones or new ones might not go down well with them.
Okay. So what do you think are the problems the Nigerian youths are facing? What do you think are the challenges they're facing as regards the democratic system?
Well, generational poverty, which has crippled them. And of course, the government and the old ones not telling them the truth about what is on ground. And of course, when we talk about poverty now, and then talk about unemployment not being there, because we have thousands and thousands of our youth being ruled out from NYSC, yet they have no employment. We are not saying that government should provide this employment, but create the enabling ground where investors will now come in and invest. If not something that is questionable, how can you wake up where youth are surfing and doing businesses online and shut down Twitter for several months, and it threw a lot of youth aback?
Yeah. So
how much more other network providers that are not giving even a level playing ground? Because a lot of them, to everybody, the so-called data is expensive for them to even be. You can see a lot of them be more creative online by way of the TikTok and so on and so forth. You can see dominance of the youth in there, because that's the only thing they can be able to do with little or no money. Any other investment they want to plunge into, they must have money to do that, and the money is not available because government policies do not even enable them to collect loans from banks to invest or to be job creators.
Okay, so what's your advice to youth who have an interest in participating in our democratic system as regards politics?
My respected president will always say, you have to get involved in Nigerian politics when we want to get it right. So we must get involved and let every Nigerian youth get involved in politics. You don't come to politics with money. You can come with an idea. You can come with a concept. So they must get involved in politics. I can assure Nigerian youth that what we did in 2023, if we repeat that in 2027 and also 2031, we'll get it right.
Okay.
If not for us now, at least for the younger generation that are coming up. And people that 40 after that time.
Yeah, because you have crossed that generation, I would say.
In my village, you chairman is 85 years old.
Okay, all right, thank you so much, Dr. Peters. Now, many are of the opinion that the youth needs to become more involved in political parties, parliaments, political appointments, elections, and what have you. The age reduction bill, popularly known as the Not Too Young to Rule, is a constitutional amendment movement led by young Nigerians. Now, we know that the bill was conceived and pushed by several civil society groups, including the Yiga Africa in May 2016. Now, the group is headed by Samson Itodo, a human rights activist and good governance campaigner. So let's give the youth the chance to participate in politics. And also for the youth, you have to present yourself ready and willing to take up that mandate. Thank you so much for watching. This is Noble TV Live. Do not forget to subscribe, share, like, and comment. I am Lily Kelvin.